Hello everybody and welcome to today's alternate history video. Today we're going to be talking about what if Antarctica was colonized. The country most likely to colonize Antarctica would be the British, and they would most likely start this around 1908. To accomplish this and not have any disputes with the French or Norwegians, they would offer fishing and whaling rights to them in exchange for them recognizing British ownership of the whole continent. The newest addition to the British Empire would most likely be run out of the Falkland Islands until a permanent settlement could be set up on the continent. The first permanent settlement and the new capital, the Commonwealth of Antarctica, would be Albertstown on the northern tip of Antarctica, settled near the Drake Passage. This new settlement would see a small amount of immigration, mostly from whalers, fishermen, and enterprising individuals. It would allow the village to have a population of around 5,000 people upon the start of World War I. The war would nearly derail the entire colony as supplies were diverted to the war effort, with minimal shipments in the southern summer. The winter of 1915 would be a very long one, only survived on the consumption of whale and penguin. The British, seeing potential in the island and not wanting it to collapse, would make an agreement with the Argentinians to send shipments of food to the continent in exchange for the western half of the Falkland Islands. With death and starvation avoided and the war over in Europe, the colony would receive a renewed interest in settlement. New towns would spring up on an almost monthly basis along the coast for fishing and mining towns. This would boost the colony's population from only about 5,000 to 250,000. The rough waters and harsh winters did little to deter the titans of industry, determined to develop the last undeveloped land on Earth. With the colony mainly focused on mining and fishery, they would become very reliant on trade with other British colonies for foodstuffs. This reliance on trade would always leave a lingering fear of starvation if there hadn't been enough rations shipped in during the summer shipping months. With the start of World War II, the colony would become a centerpiece of the Allied war machine, exporting chromium, copper, iron, and uranium. Being a hemisphere away from the German and Japanese, some industry would move to the continent as a way to secure production from German bombing raids and a possible Japanese invasion. A few years after the war, Antarctica would be granted independence, and the economy would see a boost from the Americans setting up military training bases as training for a possible Antarctic war against the Soviets. This boost would be needed as the island was almost solely dependent on the raw price of materials for its economy, and the factories set up to support the war effort had mostly closed down. Well, that'll be all for today's alternate history. I hope you all enjoyed Antarctica, and if you have any other suggestions for videos like these, leave them down in the comments or join the Discord. Links are in the description and pinned comment, and I will see you all next week.